Okay, so what is Good Friday and what's Easter Sunday? Is it all about hunting for eggs or bunnies in the garden or about putting a crucifix in your door? These are all fancy things, but you don't need any of these to understand Good Friday or Easter. The Friday, which is worldwide commemorated as Good Friday, is really the day when the Son of God, which is Jesus Christ, became the Son of Man and went to the lowest point of his life. And you might wonder, what is the lowest point? Well, there was actually a gradation. He went from being humiliated by first being born as a man and then born under the law, and we talked about that last time. But not just being born, but he became a servant obedient to his father in everything. And towards the last lap of his life, he was treated the worst way. He was most humiliated. He was spat upon. He was crushed. He was wounded, afflicted. He was like there were thorns on him. I mean, there was like he was whipped around by the Romans at that time. And finally, they didn't know what to do with him. Neither did the Jews want him, neither did the Romans want him, and they just didn't know what to do with him. And they finally said, okay, let's give him the death of a criminal. For absolutely nothing wrong that he did except that he claimed that he's the Son of God. And so Friday was the day when he hung on that cross, experienced the most cruel death of a cross. But someone might say, yeah, that's the worst thing that happened. Not really. Actually, the thing that Jesus really dreaded most on the cross was being separated from his Father. He's never had a suspension of fellowship, friendship with his Father ever. But on that cross, not only did he die, but he took upon himself the sins of all whom he came to save. Anyone who said, Lord, forgive me. Anyone who said, Lord, you are my Lord. He took their sins upon himself on the cross. And that's the lowest point of his life. And then you wonder, what's Easter then? Well, Easter is the time when Jesus went into the grave and was there. You may all think that's the end of the story. Boy, what's going to happen now? Is that the end of the story? Well, no, because God finished the work that Jesus came to do. And so he said, well done, my son. I'm going to reward you for what you did. And he raised him up from the dead. And that's the day we call as the Resurrection Sunday or Easter, because that was the day that God showed his own son, Jesus, to be the Son of God. So you can look at it two ways. On the cross, on Friday, if you want to remember, on Friday was the day when Jesus showed himself to be fully man, right? What it means to be a man, right? To take on all the galia, like you say, to take on all the punishment. But on the first day, on Easter Sunday, on Resurrection Sunday, is when Jesus showed himself to be fully God. There's no one who's ever come out of death, right? Nobody's ever seen, maybe they see ghosts walking around. But this was Jesus fully in the flesh. He had the scars on his hand. He let his disciples touch him. He was completely bodily resurrected. And so you can say Jesus, the Son, the God-man, was both fully man, fully God. And you celebrate that on this day when he both died and he rose again, or 2 days actually.